Okay, so now the next step is going to be checking for accuracy, realism, and branding. Okay, so I'm going to do this quickly, but I'm just going to try and explain how it works to you. I'll probably have dedicated videos just for these flows. All right. So the first thing is accuracy. And accuracy means, does the image accurately reflect the product? Okay, and I'm not entirely sure it does here. I think there might be some issues with accuracy. So let's see. All right, so in this case, we know from our research that we did earlier on, we don't have the dimensions of the product, but we could ask the client the dimensions, okay? Because the first aspect of accuracy is the dimension. So if I go back to my notes, I know that the dimension, I think I took them somewhere. Yeah, I didn't write them down, but I'm pretty sure it was somewhere on the site. Yeah, it's here, 50 millimeter. Okay, so I know it's a 50 milliliter cream, right? That I'm looking at, cream jar. Okay, so it's a standard dimension kind of thing. It's used everywhere, as you can see. It's pretty standard. Here I can even find the product size. It's in it's 4.4 centimeter times 5.5 centimeter. Okay, and these are like boxes or jars that you buy online. So I assume it is standard. I could look more deeply into it. So what I can do, I can go to ChatGPT here, and I have a prompt for this, which I'll provide somewhere in the video for measuring accuracy. Okay, so this is the prompt here. Okay, so I'm going to go into a new ChatGPT window and just say, estimate the product visible length in the image using proportional visual references and output the result in the table with centimeter and inches plus a short confidence note. Okay, so essentially I'm just asking ChatGPT to measure it. So let's have a look here. Okay, so centimeters, estimate size 7 centimeter and inches. So here's a very average width 7.5. Actual size may vary. Okay, so what is height and width of the cream jar? Okay, and that's one way to measure. There is other ways, but essentially that's one way. Okay, so it's saying 7 centimeters times 5 centimeter. Okay, so now if I go back here, it's about 5 centimeters times 5. I'm gonna ask him, like, is that in line with a 50 milliliter cream jar, or is that too big? I think it's a bit too big. That was my feeling when I saw the product here. It's too big, right? Okay, so as you can see, this is real life. This is the real struggle. Okay, so now I know. Okay, so I'm gonna give it this one now. What about this one here? Okay, so now I'm asking it for a second one here. So this one, it works, right? This one is 5.5 times 4 centimeters. And it seems to be in line with what I would expect. Okay, so again, precision, accuracy is the name of the game. So this image, I would probably validate, right? I would say good accuracy here. Okay, these ones I won't. I think they are too big. Okay, so what I would do, I would go back to my prompt here, and I would try to essentially, like, I would ask her, like, try to redo the same prompt with the at home and the outside scenes, but make sure you include in the prompt that the jar is a 50 milliliter cream jar. Okay, because it looks a bit too big in these prompts. Alright, so essentially I would go back and I will try to get the prompting right. Okay, so for instance, like, if I were not using my assistant here, essentially, if I was not using my assistant here, I would copy my prompt here, okay, paste it here, and I would just go holding the LELA 50 milliliter my cream jar. I would just change this word at first. I would say what kind of results I get, and if I don't get good result, I would say, it should be 5 centimeter by 4.5 centimeter, whatever. until I get the result that I want. Okay, so I would keep kind of iterating until I get the right size. And that's because accuracy is important. Okay, so so you can use this prompt for this. I found this is a very good one, and this works. Okay, to check the accuracy. There's other ways to check accuracy, but this is one of the good way. Okay, and I'll probably discuss more ways in a later video. The next thing we want to check for is realism and then branding. Okay, so I'll glance at this quickly because, as you can see, if you're doing a very good job, it could take a bit of time. So let's have a look at these results here. So here, I think the concepts here is not that good. It doesn't look good how she's holding the cream jar. But you get the idea of the refinement for accuracy and branding. Okay, let's have a look at a couple of those. This is good, but it's too far out. This is a bit too far out as well. I don't really like it. So I like these a lot less than the first ones. This is good. I think the size is okay, but I don't know. I would probably try working on this. So this is where the accuracy really comes into play. The second thing is the realism. Does the model look real enough? So in this case, I'll have another video on how to create like realistic looking human. So essentially you have to prompt for the skin pores showing more. You have to prompt for having an asymmetrical face. Now we're just using a human automatically generated by the AI. So it's not the best kind of human. It's not the most realistic kind of human. I could ask my assistant here as well to generate a more realistic looking human. So like realism here for me would be, it would pass, okay, but it's not amazing. Like we could make her look more natural. Some of the picture here, I think it kind of works. Can't recall which one, not this one. Yeah, like this one kind of works. Like she looks like a real person, right? She's beautiful, but you can see the skin as imperfection, and also the face is not perfect. The face is not perfectly symmetrical, so that kind of works. Okay, so that passed. And then the branding, so we can see here we have the beige color, we have the linen, we have the olive tree, the baby thing plant. So here the branding as well works. Okay, so as a first test, I would probably send that to the client. I would say, this is the first draft. Tell me if the accuracy is correct. Obviously these ones it's not, but I would kind of refine them and get the accuracy right. Tell me what you think of the realism. Tell me what you think of the branding. And based on that, I can then generate the second set of final images for the client. Okay.